Hello students, good afternoon. In the last class only we have discussed about the mushroom, importance of mushroom, scope of mushroom, everything. So we'll proceed with the next concept regarding the same. We'll continue it. So many people think the mushrooms are like vegetables, but this is not the case because all vegetables and fruits come from the edible plants. The main characteristic of plant is that they contain chlorophyll, which is used to convert energy from sunlight into carbohydrates. However, mushrooms contain no chlorophyll, which means they cannot forward the process of photosynthesis. They just steal the carbohydrates they need from the plants. The mushrooms is one of the many species of fungi. They have been given their own kingdom due to the sheer number of species that exist. That is, the kingdom where mushroom belongs is the kingdom fungi. So we are going to first know where actually the mushroom belongs. Okay, so here are 5 different kingdoms given. Actually, the person or a scientist who has proposed an elaborate 5 kingdom classification is, his name is R.H. Whittaker. So he is the one who has classified organisms into 5 different kingdoms that they are here: Monera, Protista, fungi, plantae, and animalia. So 5 different kingdoms he has actually classified. Based on what actually? Based on the criteria of cell structure, body organization, mode of nutrition and reproduction, and also phylogenetic relationships with all. So based on these all criteria or factors, R.H. Whittaker, a scientist, has actually given 5 kingdom of classification under organisms. So here comes first prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Organisms are divided mainly into prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Now you have to know these are very basic things. Let's revise. What is prokaryotes and what are eukaryotes? Prokaryotes are nothing but they are the microscopic single cell organisms which has neither a distinct nucleus with a membrane nor any other specialized cell organelles. What are cell organelles? Cell organelles are a tiny structure present inside the cell which perform different function, which have different shapes, which actually help for the physiological activity and metabolism for the development of entire cell. So this prokaryotes is the one which doesn't include or doesn't have a distinct nucleus nor any other cell components or cell organelles within it. So they include bacteria, cyanobacteria, so on and so forth, and they are in unicellular. Under unicellular, again they have one kingdom. I'm talking about prokaryotes, that is Monera. So what Monera is? Monera is a kingdom that contains unicellular organisms. You can see here unicellular organism, a single celled organism they contain, and they come under cell organization such as prokaryotic cell organization, because Monera is the one which belong to prokaryote. So we can say that Monera is a kingdom that contains unicellular organisms with a prokaryotic cell organization such as bacteria and all. They are actually single celled organisms with no true nuclear membrane, and the taxon Monera was the first time proposed as a phylum by Ernst Haeckel in 1866. So this is about kingdom Monera, which belongs to prokaryotic organization with single celled organisms. Okay, let's move to eukaryotes then. So what are eukaryotes? The eukaryotes are nothing but an organism which consists of cell or cells in which genetic material is present in the form of DNA in the chromosomes, which contain a distinct nucleus. So there are a difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Difference, first major difference is nucleus. You all know it. Nucleus is the first difference. Why? In eukaryote cell you can see a prominent nucleus with well defined nuclear envelope or nuclear membrane, but in prokaryotes along with nucleus even the cell organelles are absent. So this is what the major difference is between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Not only about nucleus, when we talk about cell size, when we talk about DNA replication, organism type, chromosomes, growth rate, organelles, and ability to store hereditary information, cell wall, plasma membrane, cytoplasm, so on and so forth, they make the major difference and makes the organism classified into 2 different groups, that is prokaryotes and eukaryotes. So we know now these basic things we know now, what is prokaryote and what is eukaryote. So under eukaryotes, when we see, again it is classified into two major categories: multicellular, unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular, as you all know, what is unicellular? Uni means single, cellular means cell. Single celled organisms are referred to be as unicellular. Multicellular means more than two or more number of cells are present in such organisms. We are referring to as multicellular organisms. When we consider unicellular, under that we have another kingdom called as Protista. Okay, so kingdom Protista includes all eukaryotes that are not animals, that are not plants or fungi. Kingdom Protista is a diverse. It consists both single-celled and multicellular organisms. So to talk about some examples about protist, we have amoeba as an example. When we talk about unicellular protist, we have amoeba, we have diatoms, we have dinoflagellates, we have plasmodium, etc. as an example for protista. Multicellular means multicellular nothing but the organisms which are made up of more number of cells, that is referred to as multicellular organisms. Again, under multicellular we have three kingdoms. In that again we have a classified with cell wall and without cell wall. What is with cell wall? If an cell is having a cell wall, that is referred to as with cell wall. If a cell is present without a cell wall, that is referred to be as without cell wall. So with cell wall means fungi and plantae come under with cell wall because they possess a peculiar cell wall surrounding a cell. Animalia doesn't perform or doesn't possess any kind of cell wall surrounding the cell. This is a major difference between plants, fungi and animals. Plantae and fungi kingdoms bear cell walls, whereas Animalia doesn't bear any kind of cell wall, hence it is classified under without cell wall. These fungi and plantae are classified under with cell wall. So when we consider with cell wall, the cell which is having cell wall, we have two different kingdoms, that is fungi and plantae. What is the major difference between fungi and plantae? We have given here. See, fungi is the one which do not perform a process of photosynthesis. Plantae able to perform photosynthesis. We all know plants are having a chlorophyll, green in color, which makes plants are having green in colors, means they are having chlorophyll pigment, which imparts green color to the plant. Not only green color, plants will be of various colors by the presence of chromoplasts, rhodoplasts, xanthophylls, carotenoids, so on and so forth, which imparts different color to the plants. We can see various colors also in plants, not only green. So whatever it is, right now speaking about, if the plant is able to, why the plant is able to perform photosynthesis? Because it has chlorophyll, it synthesizes, it traps the sun energy and makes utilization of it for the process of photosynthesis. Hence plants are considered to be as autotrophs. Speaking about fungi, fungi are heterotrophs because they do not prepare their own food, they cannot synthesize because there is no process called photosynthesis. Hence fungi are heterotrophs, whereas plants are autotrophs. This is a major difference between plants and fungi. Fungi being heterotrophs depend on other for taking the food because they are heterotrophs. Autotrophs means they are self preparing their own food. Hetero means they are depending upon others for their food. Okay, when we consider without cell wall, Animalia comes as an example for without cell wall. So this was a brief classification given by R.H. Whittaker, a scientist, and he has actually based on main criteria such as uh, cell structures, body organization, reproduction, mode of nutrition and phylogenetic relationship. Based on all these things, he has classified organisms into 5 kingdoms: Monera, Protista, fungi, plantae and Animalia. So why I said this? Because mushroom is the one which belong to fungi, and you have to know where the fungi is classified in a organism classification. So this was a brief discussion on organism classification proposed by R.H. Whittaker. Further we shall see it in a next part. Okay, thank you.